Good morning students. Welcome to online session of computers. In previous class we have studied about output devices. In that we have understood about different kinds of printers, plotters and LCD projector. In today's class I am going to explain processing device. The central processing unit or CPU is the processing device of a computer. It is called the brain of the computer. Now, first understand the meaning of processing. Processing, subjecting something to the series of actions in order to achieve a particular result. Or we can say the device or the unit which is dealing with information. Now, this CPU is the processing device of the computer. Means whichever information is there in computer, CPU is dealing with all kinds of information and data. It is also called brain of computer. It makes all the required calculations and process data into information. Now, what is the work of the CPU? It is doing all kinds of calculations which are required for the given for the information as it is given, and it is also process the data information. Means whichever data is provided to the computer, it is converting into information. It controls all the input and output devices. Now as you all know that there are two kinds of devices, input devices and output devices. Then this processing device controls all the input devices and output devices. The CPU consists of three units. Now this CPU, that is central processing unit, it is having three units. First is ALU, arithmetic logical unit. Second CU, control unit. Third MU, memory unit. First is ALU or arithmetic logical unit. It performs all the arithmetic computations and logical operation. Means arithmetic means related to mathematical calculations, and logic means there are reasonable operations, means operation or the work for which we can give any kind of reason, that is called logical operation. It performs the mathematical calculation involving addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Means in mathematics which kinds of calculation we are doing? We are doing addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Then all these types of mathematical calculations are performed by this ALU. Along with this calculation, it is doing logical calculations also, as well as relational operations such as and, or, greater than, less than, etc. Means computer is doing mathematical calculation, then it can do logical operations related to any reason or reasonable operation, as well as they can do relational operations. Means it can show the result on the basis of the two variables. It can show the result on relation between the two variables or two values, like red or green, like pencil and pen, or 5 is greater than 4, 3 is less than 4, likewise. So all these kind of operations are called relational operations. Next we are having CU, that is control unit. It controls and coordinates the activities of all other units of the computer system. Now what this CU is doing, as its name is control unit, it is controlling and coordinating. Coordinating means it is organizing all kinds of activities of the other units. Other unit means activities of ALU and memory unit. All kinds of activities of these units are controlled by this control unit. It controls the operation of the computer. Means whichever operations are there, whichever activities are going on this computer, it will be maintained or controlled by this control unit. It decodes instruction, determines the storage of instructions and data. Now what it do? When we are giving any instruction to the computer, we are giving in simple language Now this control unit, it decodes it. Decodes means it is finding out the meaning of that particular instruction. Then it is determining the place or deciding the place or deciding that storage of for that particular instruction and that data which the computer user is giving. It takes data to ALU. Now see how it works. It takes data to the ALU, from the ALU to the memory, and then to the output unit. First of all, that computer is taking that data to ALU, means it is taking data to arithmetic logical unit. After that, it is taking that data from ALU to memory. It is storing that particular information to memory. After that, it is taking to output unit. MU, memory unit. It is an important part of the computer system. Memory unit receives data, holds it, and then delivers it according to the instruction from the control unit. Now what this memory unit is doing, it is keeping that information and instruction with it, and whenever it is required by the computer user, it is delivering that particular instruction and information to them, and hence it is the very important part of the computer system. If there is no memory in that particular computer system, then there is no use of that computer. Now here we can see one figure given. This is regarding CPU, how that CPU is working. See, input means from here that information will be given to system. After that, it will go to primary memory. Then it is coming back from that primary memory to ALU, and then going out with the help of output device. If any secondary memory is there, then that input data will be given to CU, then it will go to primary memory. After that, it will go to secondary memory, and if it is output to be given, then from secondary memory it will come to primary memory, then primary memory it will come to CU. After that, it will reach to ALU, and it will go out of that device, means as a output device, that result can be taken out. Now storage device. Storage device enable you to store data and information in them. The storage device of a computer system is known as computer memory. Now device which is storing all kinds of data and information with them is called storage device. It is also called computer memory. Now we are having two types of memory. First, primary memory. Second, secondary memory. Then it is the primary memory is further divided into two, or you can say example of this memory is first RAM, second ROM. Examples of secondary memory: hard disk, compact disk, and pen drive. Now as you got to know, there are two types of memory: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory, it is often called working memory or the main memory of the computer system. Why? Because whenever that computer will do work, this memory will be accessed first. Examples of this memory are, the types of memory are RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. It is capable of sending and receiving data at a very high speed. Means it is having that capacity that can send any kind of data out of that system and can receive any data in the system at a very high speed. It is temporary in nature. It is temporary, means it is not having that permanent nature. It is in temporary. Why? Because The data stored is lost when the computer is switched off. If you are switching off your system, then whatever work you have done, that will be lost. It is also called volatile memory. Second, ROM, read-only memory. It holds instructions put by the manufacturer to operate the computer. Now how it works? Whichever instruction is given by the manufacturer of that computer, it will work on the basis of that. It is a permanent memory, means it is not